Hello guys, welcome again. Today I'm going to make a video about the bosses in Karazhan. To be more specific about the Burning Crusade bosses in Karazhan. And it all starts of course with Medivh, who you can see here. I'm not gonna discuss what happened actually in the tower. If you want to know about that, do like me. If you have a vacation, read The Lost Guardian. You can buy the book online if you Google it. It's a great book, you can do that, and if you don't want to do that, you can always check Doronsmovies. I'm gonna put the link down below, and it's a 6-minute video where you can see what happened in the book. So if you're excited about the lore, just do that. Anyway, let's go to the bosses, and let's just start with the first one. So the first part we're going to is the servant quarters. Karazhan used to be like some kind of palace. It had a lot of quarters, and one of those was the servant quarters. Hastings is a ghost. As you can see, most NPCs in here are ghosts. And he's the caretaker, so he has to take care, literally, of the tower and make sure everything is okay. He's also related to someone that I'm gonna show you now. If you go to Terramore Isle, that's in Dustwall on March, you can see Kayla Hastings. They're somehow related, that's not sure how. But what she is, basically, she is like a SI7, and that's like some James Bond stuff. And she has a job, and her job is to find the deserters. She actually gives a quest to Alliance, where you have to confront 5 deserters. And basically, the Alliance soldiers that are deserting against, not the real war, but against the threat from the Horde. So that's kind of interesting to show and to tell you. Anyway, let's continue to the bosses. In the first part, there's 3 actual spawns possible. What you have to do is kill all the ads in here, and eventually you'll get a spawn. There are 3 bosses possible. The first one, as you can see, is this one. This is Shadikit the Glider. That's just the name of the bat. There's nothing special known about him. The second one you can see is Rukat the Ravager. It's like a bloodhound, which you can find in the Tirsfall Glades, for example. And the third one, this one is Haikis the Lurker. It's a spider. So about these 3 bosses, there isn't much known. It's just some beast that sneaked into Karazhan, I think. So that's it for the first part. Second part of the raid, of course, is the stables. When you enter the tower, you enter it with a mount, of course, and this used to be the place where you can put your mount, and yeah, it would have been taken care of. Anyway, let's continue to the boss. The second boss is Huntsman the Huntsman. As you can see in the picture here, and it's pretty cool to be honest. He basically has he is the owner of the strongest horse in the stables, and the strongest horse, as you can see here, is Midnight. That's the one you aim for. That's the mount you can actually use. He does some pretty cool stuff when you encounter him. For example, when he kills a player, he tells you another trophy to add to my collection. If you want to see the other dialogues, just go out and kill him, and you'll see the other ones. It's actually pretty cool. But he's just like a huntsman. Yeah, he goes out hunting, and that's basically all what he does. So the next boss is Morose. He's in the banquet hall. As you can see, he's an undead now, but before he was undead, he saw that Medivh, as he became more and more evil, became more and more isolated. Medivh couldn't trust the current Tor and the Council of Tirsfall, because they would discover what he was doing. So Morose invited people surrounding the regions of Karazhan. At the start, Medivh would do many halas, and yeah, his mood improved. So at the start it actually worked. The next part of the story takes us to Morgan's plot. As you can see, there's a church and there's also a crypt. When Medivh was discovered, when Khadgar found out he had opened the dark portal, Medivh went really mad and he killed Morose. He killed Cook. She was the lady who cooked all the meals in Karazhan. He basically killed them both, and then they both got buried in here together with Medivh. Medivh got resurrected, so no one knows where his body is. But Morose and Cook's body used to be in the crypt. But Morose, of course, he got resurrected again, so he's not here anymore. So when Morose got resurrected, he continued organizing his banquets. What he did, he went over to Darkshire, that's a village in Duskwood, and he invited the ghosts of the nobles there, and one of those is Ebenlock, as you can see here, and he tells a pretty interesting thing. He says, "This party is pointless, those foolish nobles will never get to see me leave. Can't they see this? I should have just stayed in Darkshire with my family instead of wasting my time here." So he's pretty annoyed that he can't see me leave, and he thinks the whole party is pointless. So that's the story of Morose in short. Let's continue to the next boss. The next boss is the Maiden of Virtue. She's actually quite funny, and I'll tell you in a second. She's a Titanic Watcher. If you want to know what the Titanic Watcher is, go check my video about the Miner's Head of the Deep. It has some lore behind the Older Man bosses, and yeah, there you can find out what a Titanic Watcher is. It's unclear how she got here or who sent her, but yeah, she's a Titanic Watcher and she's in the raid. What virtue means is actually chastity. And that's interesting. If you go to the guest chambers in here, you'll find some interesting ladies. As you can see, the Wanton, the Night Mistress, there's a Concubine, and yeah, I don't have to tell you what these ladies do. They offer some services for gold, or money, or whatever. If you're a role player, this part can be interesting. But yeah, let's continue to the next one. The next part of the raid, of course, takes us to the upper hall. As you can see, it's a theater, and it shows you that Karazhan is more than a raid. It's a place where you could go and have some fun. Each night there's a possible of 3 presentations. Barnes, that's the one in the picture you see, is a stage manager, and he will announce which presentation will be on. Another small and interesting fact is that Sebastian is here. He's the organist, and he's of course a reference to Sebastian Bach. That's the componist, and he was even an organist, so that's why this reference is in here. Anyway, let's continue to the bosses which you can encounter. So when you talk to Barnes, the stage manager, you'll get one of 3 events. Let's first show you the theater itself. It looks really amazing, and it's pretty awesome. As you can see, there's even a top level. So you get 3 possible events, and one of the first, of course, is Red Riding Hood. That's a fairy tale everyone knows. Second one will be The Wizard of Oz. That's the movie everyone knows. And the third one is Romeo and Juliet, the story by Shakespeare. It's nice Blizzard made these references to the stories, and that's what the lore behind it is. So this is where I'm gonna call it for the first part. As you can see, I'm going to the upper level now. Why do I want to quit here? That's pretty easy, because the first part has the most stuff in it that happens in The Last Guardian. If you want to know more about Karazhan, I'm gonna make the second part. Please let me know. And if you would be so kind to subscribe to my channel, it would help me a lot. But anyway, I enjoy making this, so I'm gonna continue for those who want it. See you next time, and yeah, have a good day everyone.